Science 3, Quarter 1, Module 1, Classifying Objects and Materials. Welcome to the Science 3 Alternative Delivery Mode, ADM, module on classifying objects and materials. This learning resource hopes to engage you into guided and independent learning activities at your own pace and time. Furthermore, this also aims to help you acquire the needed 21st century skills while taking into consideration your needs and circumstances. This module was designed to provide you with fun and meaningful opportunities for guided and independent learning at your own pace and time. You will be enabled to process the contents of the learning resource while being an active learner. Please take note of the following parts and corresponding icons. What I need to know. This will give you an idea of the skills or competencies you are expected to learn in the module. What I know. This part includes an activity that aims to check what you already know about the lesson to take. If you get all the answers correct or 100%, you may decide to skip this module. But if you got 50% to 99%, you will proceed with the module. What's in? This is a brief drill or review to help you link the current lesson with the previous one. What's new? In this portion, the new lesson will be introduced to you in various ways such as a story, a song, a poem, a problem opener, an activity, or a situation. What is it? This section provides a brief discussion of the lesson. This aims to help you discover and understand new concepts and skills. What's more? This comprises activities for independent practice to strengthen your understanding and skills of the topic. You may check the answers to the exercises using the answer key at the end of the module. What I have learned. This includes questions or blank sentence or paragraph to be filled in to process what you have learned from the lesson. What I can do. This section provides an activity which will help you transfer your new knowledge or skill into real-life situations. Assessment. This is a task which aims to evaluate your level of mastery in achieving the learning competency. Additional activities. In this portion, another activity will be given to you to enrich your knowledge or skill on the lesson learned. This also tends retention of learned concepts. Lastly, answer key. This contains answers to all activities in the module. Reminders. The following are some reminders in using this module. First, use this module with care. Do not put unnecessary mark or marks in any part of the module. Use a separate sheet of paper in answering the exercises. Second, don't forget to answer what I know before moving on to the other activities included in the module. Third, read the instructions carefully before doing each task. Fourth, observe honesty and integrity in doing the tasks and checking your answers. Fifth, finish the task at hand before proceeding to the next. Sixth, return this module to your facilitator, guardian, or parent once you are through with it. If you encounter any difficulty in answering the tasks in this module, do not hesitate to consult your guardian or facilitator. Always bear in mind that you are not alone. We hope that through this material, you will experience meaningful learning and gain deep understanding of the relevant competencies. You can do it! What I need to know. This module is divided into 4 lessons. Lesson number 1. Objects and materials around us and their properties. Lesson number 2. Solid objects or materials and their characteristics. Lesson 3. Liquid objects or materials and their characteristics. Lesson 4. Gaseous objects or materials and their characteristics. Objectives. After going through this module, you are expected to be able to identify and describe objects and materials at home, in school, and in the surroundings and classify them as solid, liquid, and gas. Recognize and describe the observable characteristics of solid as to color, size, shape, and texture. Describe observable characteristics of liquid as to its ability to flow and how they occupy space. Name and describe observable characteristics of gas. Lesson number 1. Objects and materials around us and their properties. What I know. Please take note of the directions. Choose the letter of the best answer. Write the chosen letter on a separate sheet of paper. If you answer correctly all the 5 questions, you may skip this module, but if you do not, you are going to continue with the activities of this module. Number 1. Helen walks every day to school. One afternoon, when she was on her way back to their house, it rained very hard. Aha! It is good that I brought with me my umbrella, she said. The rain is an example of A. Solid, B. Liquid, C. Gas, D. Solid and gas. What's your answer? The rain is an example of letter B. Liquid. Number 2. A ripe mango is yellow. Which characteristic of solid determines the underlined word? A. Size, B. Shape, C. Color, D. Texture. What's your answer? Yellow is a characteristic of solid that determines letter C. Color. Number 3. Which of the following materials is gas? A. Smoke, B. Water, C. Alcohol, D. Paper. What's your answer? A. Smoke is gas. Number 4. Which of the following is not true? A. Solid has weight and occupies space. B. Liquid flows and takes the shape of the containers. C. Gas is everywhere and it has weight and occupies space. D. Liquid and gas have no weight but occupy space. What is your answer? The answer is letter D. Liquid and gas have no weight, but occupy space. Number 5. Which of the following statement is true? A. Solid objects and materials can be classified as to color, size, shape, and texture. B. Gas cannot fill the shape of the container. C. Liquid flows and has no weight. D. Solid, liquid, and gas can be classified according to shape and odor only. What's your answer? Letter A. Solid objects and materials can be classified as to color, size, shape, and texture. This is true. Lesson number 1. Objects and materials around us and their properties. Matter Around Us by Amor M. Garcia. Solid, liquid, gas. These are things around us. We can see them, we can touch them, and sometimes we can only feel them. Solid, liquid, gas. We see them every day. We feel them every day. They are lovely because they differ in many ways. They differ in size, they differ in shape, they even differ in color, especially their texture. Solid, liquid, gas. They are useful for us. Let's observe them and learn more about them. What's in? There are different objects and materials that can be found at home, in school, or in the community. They are called matters. They can be solid, liquid, and gas. Name 5 objects or materials that can be found at home. Write them in a separate piece of paper and tell something about their characteristics. What's new? Everything around us is matter. Matter is anything that has weight and takes up space. Everything you can see and touch is made up of matter. Matter comes in different shapes and sizes. Why does matter comes in different sizes and shapes? Well, that is because matter comes in 3 forms: solid, liquid, and gas. Solid, liquid, and gas will fill up space in different ways depending upon how big, small, long, or short the object is. Let us explore more about them and their properties. What is it? Solids are objects that we can touch and see. Flowers, tables, and chairs are examples of solid. It has shape, color, texture, and size. Liquids are objects that we can also touch and see. They change shape depending on the container. It has weight. Water is the famous example of liquid. Gas is another form of matter. It cannot be seen, but is around us. We can feel it. Gas has weight and occupies space. It has no shape or size. The air we inhale is a gas. What's more? Everything around us is matter. You can classify them into solid, liquid, and gas. We have pencil. Is it solid, liquid, or gas? Balloon, air inside the balloon. Is it solid, liquid, or gas? Juice. Is it solid, liquid, or gas? Water container. Is it solid, liquid, or gas? Smoke from the car. Is it solid, liquid, or gas? Milk in a glass. Is it solid, liquid, or gas? Which object is solid? Pencil and water container. Which object is liquid? Juice and milk in a glass. Which object is gas? Smoke from the car, air coming out of the balloon. Write S if the object is solid, and L if the object is liquid, and G if it is gas. Do these in a separate sheet of paper. Number 1, sweet juice. Is it solid, liquid, or gas? Number 2, an empty glass. Is it solid, liquid, or gas? Number 3, a kilo of nail. Is it solid, liquid, or gas? Number 4, creamy milk. Is it solid, liquid, or gas? Number 5, air in the balloon. Is it solid, liquid, or gas? What are your answers? Let's find out. Number 1, sweet juice is liquid. Number 2, an empty glass is solid. Number 3, a kilo of nail is solid. Number 4, creamy milk is liquid. Number 5, air in the balloon is gas. Good job! Now, what have we learned? First, matter is everything around us. Second, it has mass and weight. Third, three forms or states of matter are solid, liquid, and gas. What I can do. Objects and materials found at home are matter. Can you identify them? Draw 3 examples of each phase. Draw 3 examples of solid. Draw 3 examples of liquid. Draw 3 examples of gas. Answer the following question. What state of matter is the object of materials that you draw? If you're not sure of your answer, you may ask your guardian or facilitator or parent. Thank you. Assessment. Follow the direction. Write T if the statement is true and F if it is false. Number 1. Solid has no definite shape and weight. Number 2. A solid can be described through its shape, color, size, and texture. Number 3. Liquid has the ability to flow. Number 4. Gas occupies a space of the container. Number 5. Liquid and gas take the shape of the container. What are your answers? Let's find out if they're correct. Number 1, solid has no definite shape and weight. It is false. Solid has definite shape and weight. Number 2, solid can be described through its shape, color, size, and texture. That is true. Number 3, liquid has the ability to flow. That is true. Number 4, gas occupies a space of the container. That is true. Number 5, liquid and gas take the shape of the container. That is true. Let's now go to additional activities. You are almost done. Follow the directions. Compare the following states of matter. Write yes if the statement will answer the state of matter and no if it is not. We have solid, liquid, and gas. Number 1, it can be touched. Number 2, it can be seen. Number 3, it has definite shape. Number 4, it has volume. Number 5, it takes the shape of the container. Let's find out the correct answers. Solid can be touched. Liquid can be touched. Gas cannot be touched. Solid can be seen. Liquid can be seen. Gas cannot be seen. Solid has definite shape. Liquid has no definite shape. Gas has no definite shape. Solid has volume. Liquid has volume. Gas has volume. Solid takes the shape of the container. No, solid does not take the shape of the container. Liquid takes the shape of the container. Gas takes the shape of the container. That is the end of lesson 1. Congratulations in completing lesson 1, Objects and Materials Around Us and Their Properties. You are now ready to go to lesson 2. Thank you.